Hey everyone, and welcome to Creative Craft Academy. In today's video I am going to be showing you what to do with your sale kit. This is the kit that we have been selling during our big sale event at Craftbox that I have been presenting with Yanis, and this was the kit that allowed you an opportunity to enter our challenge, which Sally Wood actually won. Congratulations, Sally. And I did promise that I'm going to be showing you what to do with this kit in case you did not feel like entering the challenge. I've got to say, really well done to anyone who really gave it a go. I got lots of really lovely emails saying that it really stretched your creative muscle and it was daunting to start with, and it was daunting to start your project without knowing what to do and without having instruction, but you were really glad that you did. So if you have not done that, if you have not done your own project and you're here watching it, this is your last chance just to stop and really try being creative on your own and really just kind of enter that world of independent crafting rather than having guided tuition. But if this is not your thing, then that's fine, and I'm going to get started. So we have a canvas in this kit, and it's already pre-gessoed, so I'm not actually going to gesso it. I am, however, going to gesso my frame, and we have put little gesso in the kit. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gesso it a little bit. Just going to push that in. I'm using super tiny brush today, clearly just to get into all those crevices. Okay, here we go. So that's gessoed. Perfect. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at my canvas and see how this works composition wise. And you also in your kit have this lovely little oval frame, ivy frame, and I've seen a lot of the designs, a lot of the projects cutting it. Now I think this is quite a good idea to cut it, but you can also use it as a whole and then just organize it across your entire canvas. I do like to work with embellishments and just figure out where they're going to go before I actually stick them down. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick these two together because they belong together. It's a little match made in heaven there. So I'm just going to take a little bit of gel medium and then just pat, pat, pat. Here we go. Lovely. And I'm just going to push this one on top just to make sure that it sticks down properly. Great. Okay. And then I'm going to adhere this to my project. So just going to take a little bit of gel medium and then just apply a little bit all around that frame. Just stick that down. Okay, and I'm going to do it exactly the same with my frame. Just take nice general dollop of the gel medium. I usually put quite a lot of it and then just push that down just to make sure it will catch. Now I've got some other embellishments here as well. Of course, I've got that little frame, which I think, oh, that will look quite nice here. Yeah, I'm going to put my little frame there. Here we go. Just like so. And all of that, you're going to have to give it quite a lot of time to dry. And I'm just going to pop that flower here. Yep. It's all about composition. I think a flower was slightly different. When I asked my team to prepare this for me, I think they just picked a different flower. And then I'm just going to take some of the other embellishments and then just push them. It's all about drawing your eye to center point, which here is just becoming this area here. Here we go. Just going to pop that one in. And I've got some really lovely leaves in here, so I'm just going to pop them actually inside of the frame. Just make a little arrangement inside, and that will look quite nice. And hold on, where do we want this one? Oh yeah, that is pretty. That's too much. Here we go, prettiness. Just push it down, make sure everything is adhered. And I've got another flower here, so that will just go in this corner. Perfect. Okay, so as you can see, my arrangement is done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some gesso, and I'm just going to gesso my chipboard, and I'm going to gesso that metal frame. And I will probably leave the little flower as it is. So just covering where I absolutely have to make sure that the sprays afterwards going to adhere. Perfect. You can obviously do that before you stick this down. I feel like it's not very secure, so I'm just going to take a little bit more of the gel medium and just apply it on the side here. And even if some of it sticks out, there's no drama. I can always take a brush and then brush off the excess. Okay, now I do have quite a lot of gesso around, so I will just usually just take a brush and then just do that. Now I will do the same with the little resin flowers. Anything that's plastic, anything that's got slippery, shiny surface, that's have to be covered. Okay, and then I've got a little bit more gel medium here. I usually add too much gel medium, and I just usually just scrape it afterwards, because I quite like to make sure that what I'm creating is nice and secure. You see, and it's dries transparent as well, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, I think what I'm going to do actually, I think I will just take a little bit of gesso and apply it on the petals just to make them a little stiffer when I add all that liquid to it. Then it will be quite important that everything is nice and covered. Okay, perfect. Now the elements I have not covered will soak up more of the spray, and the ones I have will soak up a little less. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it to dry completely, and we will be back with this project when it's all completely dry. So now that everything is dry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clear spray that we have put in that set for you, and I'm just going to use it almost like water and just give this entire project a really nice spritz with this shimmer. And then what I'm going to do, in my kit I had blue spray. Now the sprays we had in the kit were half this size. I'm just using the one I've randomly been given by my team, and I'm just going to take a little, already that blue decided to jump out. I am going to take a brush and then just dip that into the blue, and I'm going to start, I could probably do with a slightly softer brush. I'm just going to start from adding a little bit to the side, and I just love diluting it with a little bit of that clear spray. So I'm just going to add a little bit more to the side here, and just going to pour a little bit off. That is probably too much. I'm doing great today. And just going to add a little bit to the side here. And then if that is too much, all I will do is I will literally just use that clear silver just to move that around. So just adding it to the side and then just letting it run. I love this technique. I love the ombre effect. that it gives, and also you don't just directly affect all the layers where it can be a little bit too much. So I'm just going to add that and then just dilute it at all times. Gorgeous. So I've got that lovely little runny look. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my brush and super gently just add that concentrated blue to the very top of the actual frame. I normally would be just spraying it and making sure it goes into all the crevices, but what I'm going to do here is just tapping, because I just want a tiny bit of colour. I don't necessarily want all of this to be completely covered. I want to see a little bit of that white, and I'm going to do the same with that beautiful frame here, and then very gently going to add a little bit to here. Okay, lovely. Now if it's too much, you can always just add a little bit of that clear and then just dilute it this way. Perfect. Here you go. Here is my little project with the supplies I have put in that little kit. Obviously, what I would suggest is adding a little photo perhaps here. I do have a photo of this gorgeous door. I think that would look so pretty just to complete this project. Obviously this photo has not been included in the kit, but maybe a photo of a loved one would work really well. I think that would actually work gorgeous. So this was just printed on a photo printer, and it could finish off this project really nicely. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Just a few techniques there for you. Make sure everything is nice and dry before you obviously pick it up and say hang it on a wall. We don't want any stains on the wall. I will see you again next time. Bye. Hey, I'm back. What I did forget is our lovely cracking paste. I got a lot of questions about the cracking paste. So the cracking paste is this brilliant high viscosity paste, and you can use on your brush and you can also use it on your palette knife. So what you can do, you can just place it down, and my project is now completely dry, just keep that in mind. You can just put it down and then just spread it quite unevenly, and that will result in some fantastic crackles. So it does have to dry on its own. So firstly, make sure that your project is completely dry, and secondly, make sure that you're not going to heat dry it. It is not a heat stable product. It is quite heat unstable product actually. So here is what I'm doing. I'm just applying a little bit. I just picked up a little bit of the colour, so fingers crossed that it will work just fine. Just going to add here, and I'm just kind of going in with quite a lot of that paste and then scraping off the excess, and then just adding a little bit more when I actually need it. And you can apply it wherever you wish. So you can, if you wanted to have a little bit of crackle, say on your frame, then you can apply it. It will also add a little bit of glaze. So when this is completely dry, it will be nice and crackly, and this is exactly how you use your cracking paste, and you've got a really generous pot, so it will last you forever. I hope you enjoyed this time. Goodbye for sure. Bye.